Greetings from the home of the Greyhounds. I'm Doc Elder, and I'd like to welcome you to the Lone Star Conference Media Day, Eastern New Mexico University style. I've got two members of the Greyhound men's basketball team with me, Cobas and Adam Hess, and I've got the head man of the Greyhound basketball program, Brent, Owen. And Coach, there are many things you hope will happen when the Greyhounds take the floor every night, but what's the one thing you absolutely expect people will see every night?
We play really hard. You know, that's one thing that's, non-negotiable in our program. Play really hard, play together, be a good person, be a good student. If that's kind of the foundation of what I would want people to think about our program. Those are great guys. They take school seriously. They play really, really hard all the time, and they play together, and that's how they win.
Well, Coach, you've been a head coach on the high school level. You've been an assistant coach on the college level. First time you've been a head coach on the college level, what's different?
A lot's different. It's just a different, just thinking about, kind of as an assistant, it's kind of like I was in charge of recruiting, and that was my focus. Like, I'm going to focus on recruiting. I had some other tasks, but that was my main focus. As a head coach, it's kind of all encompassing. I really got to make sure that I'm checking on all facets of the program, and I've got to delegate more. And that part's been different. The game part, I don't think that'll be as hard. I'm not going to be perfect in my first year as a head coach, and we're okay with that. We talk about vulnerability a lot. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to do our absolute best that we can possibly do. I did have a couple opportunities when I was at Southern Indiana. There was 2 times where our head coach was absent, and I stood in for a couple games, and that part felt pretty natural. And so I'm really, really looking forward to having that opportunity again here pretty soon.
Well, we talked about the fact we do have 2 of your players, and Yos, you were part of the Greyhound basketball team a couple of years ago. Pandemic took place last year, didn't get a chance to play. You're still here at Eastern. What kept you at Eastern?
I really just trusted Coach. I trusted his vision. He was really straightforward with me. He told me how things were going to be. And then I told him, my aspirations of what I wanted in this season. And he told me he could help me get that. So I just decided my best thing for me to do was to stay. So I just stayed.
And Adam, you're the newcomer to the program, and what was it that intrigued you enough about Eastern New Mexico University to come here and play for Coach Owen?
Yeah, the coaching staff were really straight up guys, and I knew they wanted to build something great here, and I wanted to be a part of that. And they appreciated what I brought to the table, and I did the same for them. And I think it's just a good fresh start for everybody, including myself, who's bounced around a little bit in college basketball. And I think they really appreciate what I brought to the table. So I trust them, and I think it's going to be good.
And Adam, I'll stay with you and ask a question. Who's been the guy on the team that's kind of taken you under his wing and said, this is what's up at Eastern New Mexico?
I wouldn't say anybody. I think the whole team is, we're all peers. And I think we all bring something different to the table. And I think, I stay in, I do my thing and everyone else does theirs, and I think we'll be a great team.
And let's turn it back over to Yos here. And Yos, now you are the senior leadership, and how has your role changed in the 2 years since you last played your game for Eastern?
Really, I just have to really be like a voice. I got to show these guys I care about them. And I got to show them that trust Coach, and then everybody will be successful. So, as long as I keep preaching everything that Coach is preaching, we're going to be good.
Well, Coach, we'll turn the question back over to you. There are many facets to the game of basketball. You've got to be able to defend. You've got to be able to shoot. You've got to be able to rebound. You've got to shoot free throws. If there's one thing the Greyhounds absolutely have to be good at every night for you to be satisfied, what's the one thing?
I think rebounding. I think rebounding is my whole recruiting philosophy is recruit shooters and rebounders. And I just think that the teams that I've been on who've experienced a high level of success have been great rebounding teams. And if you're a good rebounding team, it means other things. It means that you're forcing teams to shoot difficult shots. You've got more opportunities to rebound. And but I think that's the #1 key for us. We've talked a lot about it. That our philosophy is make teams shoot long shots, keep the ball out of the paint. And then lead the league in rebounding. That's one of our team goals is to make that a focus. And I think we've got the length and the athletic ability to be able to do that. We've got to get a little bit better at the technique, which we're working on right now. But that's the one thing that I would say is the most important. We've got to be able to rebound the ball.
And Coach, obviously we have not played a game at Eastern New Mexico University officially for 2 years. And that's a problem, obviously. But yet, on the other hand, that's kind of an opportunity. So what's the good that can be taken out of that?
We're hungry. we're hungry. We're anxious. We won't take any nights for granted. That's for sure. We having it taken away from us last year. We know how important each one of these games are, and that at any point, that was kind of an eye-opening experience. I remember when COVID hit in March. I was actually on a team bus, and we were headed to the NCAA tournament, and we were halfway there, and they told us to turn around, and it was just like, wow, that can happen, And so I think the lesson that we've learned is just don't take any of these games for granted, and give it your all every night. And if we follow that philosophy, I think it'll make us a better team.
Well, Yost, let me ask you a question. If you were putting together a scouting report on Yost Cobas, what do you think the scouting report on you and the Lone Star Conference is?
Charge prone for sure. I mean, yeah, that's all you need to know, honestly. That's all I got.
All right. Well, let's turn it over to Adam, and I'll ask you the same question. If people are putting together a scouting report on Adam Hess, what do you think they're saying?
I'll let you find out. I can't give away any secrets.
Well, there you go. I like that.
I think I can help, Doc. I think I can
okay,
help.
Well,
we got a really good shooter here with good length. Yos on the other side is just a really, really high energy guy, a guy with a nose for the basketball, goes and gets the ball. He'll be one of our better defenders. He's really versatile, and he can switch on ball screens and finishes with both hands inside pretty well. So they're both really good human beings as well, and just great guys to have in the locker room, which is nice.
And Coach, I'll give you the last question. When people go out and watch you play, whether they're watching you in person, which we hope we get Greyhound Arena filled to a capacity of 4,800 every night, or if they watch you on live stream through the Lone Star Conference, what is the one thing that you hope people go away from a game thinking about the Greyhounds?
They're tough. They're tough. They're hard-nosed. They play hard. They play together. They're fun to watch on offense because they move the ball, they share the ball, they don't care who scores. They just care about putting points on the board. They're willing to give up themselves, diving on the floor for loose balls, taking charges. Those guys will do anything to win. And I think that's the mindset that, I think that kind of encompasses Portales, and that's what I want I want our team to be, a reflection of where we live in Portales and the Eastern New Mexico community. We've got a bunch of hardworking people around here who are good people and want to be successful, and that's what I want our team to reflect.
Well, Brent, Owen, Adam Hess, Yost Cobas, gentlemen, thanks so much for being my guest, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
All right, well, that will put a wrap on Lone Star Conference Media Day from Eastern New Mexico University. So this is Doc Elder saying, so long.